Let me start this off by saying that patch 2.3 is going to potentially be the biggest non-major patch the game has ever had. On the one hand, it's going to be the anniversary of the game, which means free pulls, lots of free currency, new events, maybe a 5-star selector, perhaps even a free character. The most important and most discussed online, however, are the new characters being introduced this patch, Zani and Chakona. The official Wuthering Waves Twitter accounts announced Zani months ago, and she single-handedly led the hype moving into Renacida in 2.0, becoming the most anticipated character in the game's history. In spite of Cantarella pulling in ridiculous numbers, Zani has once more proven her dominance. Unfortunately, it's just not in the the fun kind of way. Within hours of the announcement, not only did Zani receive over 4 million views in Japan with 75,000 likes, but she also managed to topple the global views for her announcement, which had garnered 74,000 likes since her debut in November, going on to become once again the most looked at, the most liked, the most discussed, anticipated, and beloved character in the entirety of the game. More than Carlotta, more than Cantarella, more than Phoebe, more than Brant, Gion, Yenlin. Global's numbers were honestly pretty damn good as well looking at them, with 71,000 likes and 2.4 million views. Ciacconna's numbers came in at 29,000 likes and 1.1 million views in Japan, and 34,000 likes and 880,000 views globally. Once again, fantastic numbers, but when compared to Zani, absolutely abysmal. Zani's official artwork is absolutely stunning, seeing her strong yet slightly alluring pose in the foreground, yet her powered up destructive variant in the background with her tie disconnected from her neck and instead wrapped around her arm. Her horns are glowing, she has energy permeating from her body with her shirt ripped entirely. I genuinely hope that her pants are ripped to an equal degree, but probably not. She seems to be holding an enormous greatsword in the background while holding her shield in her normal form. It's genuinely insane how they've managed to tell such a grand story with just a single picture. The text accompanying Zani says, "Work will keep coming. Don't forget to live a little." And trust me, after obtaining Zani, the work better keep coming. She's gonna bankrupt a lot of us. Ciacconna's is a little bit less impressive. You see her sitting atop a book with woodland creatures circling her, playing her lute. There are 2 spectral versions of her in the background, each seemingly holding a different instrument. I'm not sure if that's going to factor into her ultimate ability. Maybe she swaps between weapons, maybe she summons duplicates of herself, which have a chance to come equipped with a different instrument, or maybe it's concerning her resonator story. I don't look at leaks, so I'm completely in the dark about this. I don't know if it's been revealed yet, but from what I've seen and what I can make based off of what is available publicly, it is absolutely beautiful. The text accompanying Ciaconna says, "Off we go. May my poems light the way and your path ahead." I'm excited to see how much more expressive Ciaconna is in 2.3, given how captivated we all were with her in 2.2. Zani is confirmed to be a 5-star resonator with the Spectro attribute, with her weapon of choice being gauntlets as per the official Wuthering Waves Twitter. Personally, I think the choice of gauntlet here is merely to satisfy the need for a weapon type, whereas she'll ultimately use her shield to attack and maybe the greatsword later at one point. Ciaconna is the character that took people by surprise, however, as she was confirmed to not only be a 5-star arrow resonator, but her weapon of choice were also pistols. Even 2 friends of mine, Ryuku-sensei and Ruby, were surprised by this, and whew, I'm glad I wasn't the only one. Wuwa 2.2 has become one of the most beloved updates in the game's history, marking a significant turning point for the game both in terms of quality and public reception. 2.0 saw the highest revenue since release, and multiple different resonators, Carlotta, Brant, Cantarella, have all broken into the top App Store rankings in numerous regions around the world, becoming the 2nd most popular release on the PlayStation Network after its PS5 release. But what do we have to look forward to in 2.3, and how will it ultimately hold up versus 2.2, given how absolutely groundbreaking and dominating it was in terms of narrative and character depth? Let's take a look at Punishing Grey Raven here, Kudo Games' other popular gacha, since I've been told by quite a number of different active players that we need only look at it to see what they'll do with Wuwa. And supposedly, they go hard. So let's see. Before we go any further, I do want to take a moment here to thank all of my incredible patrons over on Patreon and my YouTube channel members who allow for me to continue to do dedicated videos like this every single day. You guys are absolutely phenomenal, and I genuinely cannot thank you all enough for the support. In Punishing Grey Raven's most recent 5th anniversary, Kudo introduced a brand new character, new bosses, new skins for the new character, new paid skins for other characters, new free skins for other characters, free characters, tons of free pulls. They announced a Devil May Cry 5 collab, and so much more. That was for Punishing Grey Raven, which received significantly less praise and much less attention from the public. What can we expect in WoWa though? Well, given their recent survey that went over skins, many players are speculating that we'll be getting at least 1, potentially 2 new skins with this patch. Maybe a paid skin and the other a free skin. They gave both in Punishing Grey Raven, and Kudo is known to prioritize players' enjoyment over their own financial gain. Many players are also speculating a free 5-star resonator, with the hope here being Ciaconna. Honestly, that would be heavenly. I don't think I can afford both Ciaconna and Zani if I have to pull for Zani as well. It took me 151 pulls to get Cantarella, and now I'm completely broke. Not a single Astrite in my bank. But maybe they're holding out on who they're going to release. It could be someone completely new. We don't know which resonators are coming in patch 2.4 yet. They've done absolutely no marketing for them at all. Or if we're really lucky here, you know what? Maybe Zani will be free. Admittedly, that's a little bit unlikely, but a man can dream. I believe 100% banners were given in Punishing Grey Raven as well, or at least that's what I was told, which if implemented in WoWa for the anniversary could mean we don't have a 50-50 for Zani's banner or Chacona's banner if they release both of them as paid characters, guaranteeing both of them by 80 pulls total. This would be a phenomenal inclusion, but would also largely impact both characters' total revenue, which would lead to more Genshin players saying, "Heard our anniversary didn't make much money, our game better," like the Hoyo Sims that they are, begging for scraps while we get a whole damn feast. I genuinely think though that 50-50 shouldn't exist in gacha games, and we should have permanent guarantees. But hey, I'll take a 100% guarantee for Zani's banner or Chacona's banner or both characters' banner, even if it costs me 100 pulls rather than 80, since I've never won a 50-50 in WoWa to date. We already get dozens of free pulls and tens of thousands of Astrite every single patch, so I have no doubt that that will be very much the same in this instance. But as part of the anniversary event, I'm also assuming we're going to get at least an additional 10 pull, maybe more, and again, we're going to absolutely need it. Punishing Grey Raven also has 2-week login rewards rather than a 1-week login reward like WoWa does for their anniversary, which could reward us with even more pulls. I've heard rumors of a potential 5-star selector as well, but I have no idea whether that is true or not. I don't follow leagues, but many people on social media have been discussing it. I'm not sure what the 5-star selector would even include. Every 5-star up until this point? It's unlikely. Maybe 1.x 5-star resonators, disregarding 2.x's like Carlotta and Cantarella. I mean, that would honestly be fine as well. I'd honestly, I think that would give players a great opportunity to pull for characters like Shorekeeper or Camellia if they miss them. I know we got a new area with 2.2, so that doesn't necessarily mean that we'll get one with 2.3, but I also wouldn't rule out the potential for a whole new area to explore as well. It might not necessarily be lore related, but related to the anniversary somehow, who knows? I do think that would be really cool though, maybe just wishful thinking. The potential for Wuthering Waves 2.3 anniversary patch is absolutely enormous, and I have no doubt that they're gonna knock it out of the park. They've confirmed version 2.3 will be releasing on April 29th, which is also when the game will launch onto Steam, marking the shortest update to date, version 2.2. Version 2.3 and its events and rewards are going to be detailed in a special broadcast ahead of its release, and you best bet I will be there live streaming it. Kudo have the chance here to show the world how anniversary events should be handled, not giving us 3 pulls for 3 years of service, but to show they actually care and genuinely appreciate not only the hard work their studio has put into the game, but the way their fans have stuck with them and supported them, leading to the monolithic success that it has become today. I cannot wait for 2.3, and I know most of you can't either. This is going to be an absolute banger of a stream and an event. I just hope this story, which many players are claiming is going to be filler, will still manage to captivate us in some way. It doesn't need to further Renacita's story or Rover's story, but Perhaps they could bring together the cast of 1.x and 2.x and have something meaningful and wholesome. That'd be really cool. Show the OG cast, Yang, Chisha, Baija, maybe even Gion, bring in Alto and Encore and Verena. Even in spite of how impressive and preferred the 2.x cast is, I feel like it would show that the characters are still valued and appreciated, because without them, we wouldn't be here today. Hey, where do you think you're going? I see what you're doing there. I see you navigating on over, scrolling on over to that X button. Don't you dare. What I need you to do is take a moment and click one of the videos that are about to appear as soon as I'm done talking. And trust me, you're gonna want it.